Waiting patiently. That would definitely be a falsity, as Fidel Bravo is doing every single thing he possibly can to sneak his way into this title match.
I don't think Fidel Bravo has ever done anything in his life patiently. I think it's done selfishly. I think it's done pertinently. And I could definitely say it's done impishly, but patiently, I don't think so.
It's Fidel Bravo getting all of that, unfortunately, is the Radiant son, Jake Redondo. This is talking about a title defense perhaps like no other, as the Radiant son has his hands full. Big, beautiful savate kick now to the face of El Spiritu, as he now calls himself. Fidel Bravo hitting the ropes, going into the outside. No, met with a forearm of Fidel Bravo. Shooting off in, no, Bravo now out to the outside. Redondo hitting the ropes, in through the middle, down how goes as Bravo in this big of the first double main event of this evening for the Golden State Championship. That is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen, that coveted title.
Jake Redondo absolutely had a dominant reign already as the Golden State Champion, and he is looking as confident as I've ever seen him. Cock of the walk, you could say.
Although it does not look like to be in a very particularly nice place. Just look at the Radiant son's face there. I think he just made him a little bit angry. As we're playing Ring Around the Rosie, in goes Fidel, followed up by Jake. Big drop to the elbow, nobody home for that one. In for the shoulder tackle, no. Famouser now is the Radiant son, showing us that generational experience, not so much personal experience, generational experience. His expertise has been taught since he was a very little child coming here to these matches. Big drop kick into the face of Bravo, as Bravo goes now back in, almost to the outside. Perhaps would have been smarter if he rolled to the outside, perhaps caught his breath there.
Absolutely, and you mentioned that generational experience, but if you're talking about experience, Fidel Bravo absolutely holds all the cards, as Jake Redondo is just very early into his career, but already showing that knowledge and wherewithal. But unfortunately, it doesn't get you very far with the craftiness of Fidel Bravo.
Speaking of that craftiness, that knee to the back, you can't fight something like that. It's already going into the covers. As you mentioned, that cockiness is Fidel Bravo, but again, perhaps maybe just a little bit too much. You know, despite the fact that it was a very severe move, you're not going to put out Jake Redondo that early on in this match.
No, you would absolutely need to say put a steel bar in your gear if you're going to want to put someone out that early with only one move.
Believe me, you know what, and it took a little while, but we all saw it, and everybody at home saw it. In fact, drop a F for respect to the chat for Gnarly Charlie. I'm really sorry about that.
Oh, no, you don't have to be sorry. You don't have to drop Fs. I'm going to drop my fist on Gunjack's face next month.
Something to look forward to, that. Plus our big main event, our steel cage contest, hair versus mask. Definitely something to look forward to as we talk about this big event next month. But of course, this big event right in front of us here, this Golden State Championship match.
Like, I'll tell you who's not thinking about next month. It's Jake Redondo and Fidel Bravo. They are in the moment and they are singularly focused.
We are talking about settling a score here. This is the end-all be-all of this grudge. Count of two. Only a count of two there. But yes, hopefully this bitter end to this deep rivalry that has been just going on for months here at SoCal Pro, all over this Golden State Championship. And you got to figure, if anybody has any sort of chance to take it away, it's somebody like Fidel Bravo, still holding the longest reign for the Golden State Championship here at SoCal Pro.
That is an absolute fact that Fidel Bravo has not stopped saying ever since he, lost the Golden State Championship.
Well, you got to figure for somebody to be a multi-time champion, that means they had at least some sort of a break at some point. Big chops now, met with a rolling elbow by Fidel Bravo, trading now elbows back and forth as Radiant Sun back on top, going in for that back body drop, forwarded kick to the face, double chop to the chest, big power slam, down goes Jake Redondo into the cover now. 1, 2, only a count of two, but again, we talk about that closeness, that ever so creeping closer and closer to victory is El Bravo he's not trying to beat the man right now. He's literally just sizing him up, seeing how much time he has left before all that gas is out of the tank.
Absolutely, and that's where that experience that I mentioned comes in that Jake Redondo just doesn't have. To him, it's all gas all the time, and Fidel Bravo knows when to maybe lay off the gas, conserve your energy, and have that feeling out process, whereas Jake Redondo just is full speed from the get-go.
You're talking about that full speed. As a matter of fact, we're looking at Jake Redondo making moves that he typically doesn't make. You saw him grabbing the hair of Fidel Bravo. That's not something that Jake Redondo typically does. Perhaps finding a little bit of craftiness, maybe, into the cover there. Very nicely done, but unfortunately not getting all of that. But you got to figure learning from the best of the bad is Fidel Bravo. Big cutter there as Jake Redondo got all of that into Fidel Bravo, but you got to figure he's definitely still hurt. Does he have enough strength here to crawl over and make that cover?
And you can see that grimacing, like you mentioned, big move, but also big impact on Jake Redondo's back. That cutter, or reverse cutter, referee to a count of 3. Remember, the title cannot change hands on a count out or disqualification.
And that's something that Jake Redondo, of course, would absolutely be the benefactor of, but somebody like Jake Redondo doesn't want something like that. And in goes Fidel Bravo, met with the double chops of Redondo. Redondo now shooting off Bravo into the reversal. In goes in, go for the boat. Insecurity now, boot to the side of the faces. Bravo starts to get that second win, but not enough as the big spinning tilt-a-whirl into the slam, into the cover now. 1, 2. Only a count of 2 as we're getting, again, closer and closer here. Both men inching their way to victory. I would still say it's anybody's match, but I would have to be lying to you if I didn't say I was just a little bit concerned considering how vicious and how methodical Fidel Bravo has been and proven to be here at SoCal Pro.
Absolutely, but you can see that all-sports background shining through from Jake Redondo, that baseball slide into a home run of a modified powerbomb. And Fidel Bravo's not the only crafty one, as you can see here. Jake Redondo with that up and over, but catching that boot from Fidel Bravo.
Fidel Bravo's always going to be on top if he can help it. Look at that now. Going behind now into this, we could call it a sleeper. I would definitely call that a choke. Along with the body scissors is Fidel Bravo. Look at that. You can tell the arm is very much cinched under that neck, just a little bit too much. And if I was a referee, I would definitely check that.
Jake Redondo showing some signs of life, though, as he's trying to fight out of that choke, and looks to be has that ring awareness that you have to have. And Jake Redondo, that's why he's Golden State champion, already has it in spades.
Fidel Bravo now in a bad spot. Look at that, nice little slam there. Is a very quick power slam into the back of Fidel Bravo, rocked and dazed as he is. As the Radiant Sun goes up, onto the second, looking for that moonsault, connects. Needs to make that cover now. We won't do that. Roll out back to the feet is Fidel Bravo. Hitting the rope, big boot to the face. In now into the cover. 1, 2. Only a count of 2.
And
what is this?
That's one of the Ballards grabbing the Golden State Championship.
What is the point of this? What is the point of this? He's not even in the match. Get him out of there. As Jake Redondo goes in. What is this? Looking for the roll-up? No. Into the roll-up now is the Golden State champion almost. Hey, what? A belt to the head.
That is a shot to the dome by one of the Ballards.
Not like this. Unbelievable.
Here's your winner and the new SoCal Pro Golden State Champion, Fidel Bravo.